Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over the one house in astrology that will actually make you rich. So a lot of people think like, oh, I got to look at my astrology, whether I look at Vedic or Chinese or tropical or whole house or Placidius, and they start like looking at all these little things like your natal chart, which I'm going to go over actually in another video. But they look at things like their house positions, maybe their natal transit, all these things when it comes to making money, and like, oh, when's the best time? When's this? When's that? And truthfully, everything is down to simplicity in life, guys. It's a matter of like, you're over analyzing a very easy situation. As soon as you understand in astrology, no matter what type of astrology you're looking at least concerning East and Western, not Chinese necessarily, but when we look at like Vedic, sidereal, and we look at tropical, there's the house positions, and those house positions have very specific definitions as of how they influence your life. The minute you realize that is the minute you have to now interconnect common sense to the situation. So if you're looking at, oh, how do I get rich using astrology? How are certain people using astrology and getting rich? It's because they're simplifying the equation. There's 3 money houses in astrology, but only one of them really truly means anything, and that's the 10th house. The reason I say the 10th is your career, what you're meant to do. So it's what the universe plans for you. It's what the universe wants you to do, right? So understanding that, it's going to include what your natural skill sets are. It's going to be the one career that actually isn't going to give you too much challenges. Meaning, if you're in life and you're like trying to start a business and you haven't made money in 3-4 years off of it, it probably isn't even in your 10th house to do it. If you're struggling with the job you're in and you just keep getting fired, it's probably, not in your 10th house to have a job. That's the simple answer to your issue. You got to look at what sign is in your 10th house. Your planets can affect it too, but let's really simplify this today. What sign is in your 10th house? A lot of you guys, when you get astrology reports from me, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I noticed you didn't really cover the conjunctions and da-da-da. I'm here to actually give you the definition of what you should be doing in life, not, oh, well, you could possibly experience trouble in childhood because your mom may have been distant to you because you have a moon in Scorpio. Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is, how do you make money? How do you have good relationships? How do you actually maximize your potential by using your luck within your algorithm? That's what my reports are really for. So when we look at the 10th house, if I'm an astrologist like myself, I looked at my 10th house, I have Gemini there. I'm like, okay, that's my sun sign, cool. So I should be primarily focusing on that anyways. My career, cool. I'm a workaholic, that works for me, that makes sense. Second, as a Gemini, how do I make money? Through communication. What am I doing? Communication, Gemini, mercurial activities, buying and selling. I do crypto. I buy and sell crypto all day and I make money. Cool. Those are the only 2 things I do for a living. Crypto, YouTube. Every single day for the last 5 years. Have I made money from it? Yeah. Has it been that hard? No. Before that, I couldn't even seem to save much money at all. I'd have money that would go, or I'd have to overly try, do a bunch of overtime at work. I'd make commissions and it'd get taken from me because of random, what we call at this place called Ipsos surveys, all this garbage, right? So like what it really comes down to is, you're probably not working within your algorithm if you're not rich, or at least on the way to becoming rich already. And I don't mean this in a vain way, talking from a life path A perspective. I don't mean it that way. I'm not even saying it in a condescending way to actually insult you. What I am saying is that you're overly analyzing a very simple situation. And if you actually look at it for what it is, you'll realize that, okay, if I want to make money, there's only one thing in my chart I need to look at. F my expression number, F my numerology, my life path, all that stuff for 1 second. What's in my 10th house to make money? If I have Aries in my 10th house to make money, what does that mean? I should probably be an entrepreneur, work within the military, maybe sports. Taurus, maybe I should do real estate, conveyances, wedding planning, interior design. Creative arts would definitely work there as well. Gemini, do what Shem does. Cancer, could do a little bit of what Shem does, maybe work in the financial sector. Also, creative arts can work there very well too, because it's a water sign. Interpersonal, any sort of group work definitely works well for cancers because they understand people in a very deep, empathetic way. But most often, it's performance arts, our finance sphere. Leo, Definitely in front of people, big crowd. You need attention and recognition for what you do. The more attention you garner, the more money you make. Correlate, use common sense, figure out a career from there. Virgo, analytical skills, develop systems. Medical field, very much possible when you have Virgo in the 10th as well. You usually do well when you're healing other people. Next one, Libra. Do anything surrounding the legal system or government. Work within government sector, IRS. I'm in Canada. We have CRA, same as IRS. Work in private sector of the government. Work within the judiciary system. Anything to do from law clerk to lawyer to arbitrator to mediator. You could work as an insurance adjuster, what have you. Work around the law. Work around government. You're a Libra. You balance the scales, right? You have Libra there. This is where you're going to make the easiest money. By far, over every other position, this is how you make the easiest money, guys. Let's keep going. I'm going to go through every single sign. Scorpio, high risk career, tabooish career. If your family likes your career and you have Scorpio in the 10th house, you're probably not going to make that much money. Like, it's really about having a career that actually constitutes a high degree of risk, or people will raise their eyebrows and be like, what the F is this person actually doing? Why are you doing that? If people aren't questioning what you're doing when you have Scorpio on the 10th, you're probably not doing anything that's correct. And it's not within your algorithm. People should actually low-key almost hate you for what you're doing. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. There's going to be people that are arms dealers, drug dealers, people that are pimps, scammers. They'll have Scorpio on the 10th and they'll do just fine with it. Karma will catch up with you because it's immoral. But what happens is you'll find that you make a lot of money quickly doing that. Should you do that? No. But you should do things that are tabooish within career. You notice a lot of porn stars, things like that, will also have Scorpio on their 10th simply because of that. They have a tabooish career, OnlyFans models, what have you. They'll make a bunch of money, right? But there's other ways to go about doing that. There's things that people will raise their eyebrows in the legal way as well that you can actually do, and that's completely moral, like taking high risk stocks, dividends, things like that. And you're becoming an investor, or you're becoming an entrepreneur in a certain niche market that's not that popular. You can use things like that and still get very, very rich. If you have Sagittarius in the 10th, you could be a teacher, journalist, commentator, what have you. All of these things, communication based are in the creative sphere, will make you a bunch of money. Capricorn, working in a corporate structure makes you a bunch of money. Not gonna lie to you, human resource, working within banks, things of that nature will make you a whole lot of money. As long as you know what hierarchy system you want to sort of get to the top of, you'll do very well. Aquarius, you guys are meant to be innovators or creators. Very similar to Aries in a sense. You have to be self-sufficient. You shouldn't really need a corporation or any sort of organization to really give you a check. You should be somebody who almost stands alone and you make money. Typically not really with a group, maybe a one partner, but no more than just a 2-people business. You guys are able to do very, very well. Last but not least, we have Pisces, who are overall healers. They could be spiritual healers, naturopaths, medical doctors, life coaches, personal trainers. If you have Pisces in the 10th, you can do anything that revolves around healing people or giving people information, and you'll do extremely well. All right, so that's all you guys need to know. Worrying about, oh, what planet is there? That'll give you a clue. One sec. That'll give you the biggest clue, but that's not really going to help you in the sense of, what do I directly need to do? Now, you can watch this video and you can actually make it change your life and put you on a pivot where it's like, you don't need to reach out to Shem for some sort of reading. You don't reach out to Gigi33 for some sort of reading, or anybody else for any sort of reading. What you can do is just say, you know what? I have this position in my 10th. Let me go as hard as I can for 4 years into that. Let's see where it takes me. Because you'll be very surprised at how fast you actually go on the right trajectory as soon as you're doing things within your algorithm. We're living in a simulation, guys. That's what these guys mean by the matrix. All the top astrologists, numerologists, people that do palmistry, all these people can see that things are a bit fatalistic. And it's like, if you're with your algorithm, you go on an upward spiral. When you're outside of your algorithm, you go on a downward spiral. So all you have to do is make sure you're going on the right side of the algorithm. If you're watching my videos, you should already know how your algorithm sort of works, even without getting a reading from me. I'm not asking for your money. What you should be able to do is be self-sufficient. Go online, go to Astro Cafe, type in your birth chart, put in your time, location, your actual birthday, put in a fake name, who cares, the internet, and then get your full chart layout. Look, where's my 10th house? What governs my 10th house? Then Google that. Google Gemini in the 10th and then see what the internet suggests for you. Or reach out to me and ask me a one-time question. Who cares? But all you got to do is figure out what sign is there, and the answer is there waiting for you. Because as soon as you figure that out, you know what to do for a career, and you're automatically going to make a lot of money faster. Because when you do things outside of that, based off my own personal experience, from 1 decade doing things that are outside of my algorithm to doing another decade in the 20s where I'm doing things within my algorithm, heck of a lot different. I worked harder in the last decade and had nothing to show. This decade, I have everything to show from it. New car, new home, new everything, just based off of me really being focused on that specific thing, my 10th house. That's all I've been doing for the last 5 years since 2020 is like, what's in the 10th house? What does that mean? And then what was even funnier for myself, it might not apply to you, but it applied to me, was it actually was in direct correlation with my expression number 14 over 5. Because I have Mercury governs, I look at Eastern numerology, I respect that more than anything. Mercury governs the 5. I looked at my 10th house of Gemini, Mercury governs Gemini. Cool. So it's mercurial activities that are going to do very well for me. Right? So you don't even need to know all that advanced knowledge. All you have to look at specifically, guys, to conclude this and bring finality to it, what governing sign is in your 10th house, do career surrounding that sign, and you will make a lot of money, and you'll find that you're naturally good at it. It's in your algorithm, and you'll change your life for the better the minute you start. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions for me, just leave in the comments section. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.